Tonight, turbulence before takeoff as travelers across the world start to notice that summer travel this year comes with some baggage.
The rates of lost luggage are skyrocketing.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So as a lot of you might know by clicking on this video, I am going to Hawaii for an entire week with my family for a family vacation. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been to Hawaii since I was like 5 years old, so I really don't remember anything about it. But that being said, my packing list this time versus when I was 5 is obviously going to be very different. So I have a lot to learn, and it's going to be a full day of packing, picking up anything I need from the store, and enjoying this last day in Norway before flying the 30+ hours to get to the island. So without further ado, let's get into packing my bag and then on a very long and exciting travel day.
I started packing by throwing all of my clothes into my suitcase, followed by a bunch of toiletries. Next up was my camera equipment, devices, and ID. The only thing left was for me to organize my bag.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better.
In the end, this is the general packing list that I followed to ensure I had everything I needed for a week in Hawaii.
Well, it's been a really long day, but I think I got everything on my packing list. And just in case you guys were curious what I'm packing and bringing with me to Hawaii, I have made an entire list in the description below, as well as in this video. And I think I covered pretty much all the essentials. I'm very excited for tomorrow. I'm waking up bright and early, and we're driving to the airport, and then starts the 30-hour travel day. So let's go do that now.
Before leaving for Hawaii, I decided to enjoy my last day in Norway by going to the beach and feeding the ducks. Before I knew it, the day was over and my travel day had begun.
Well, it is currently 6 something in the morning. I'm very tired, but it's time to go catch our flight.
Around 6:30 in the morning, we hopped in our car and drove all the way to the Oslo airport. I immediately checked in my luggage and went looking for a quiet spot to enjoy an airport breakfast. I ended up getting a delicious chocolate croissant and strawberry yogurt with granola. By 9 a.m., it was time for me to catch my first flight of the day, a quick plane ride from Oslo to Copenhagen, or so I thought. The plane ended up being delayed by almost an hour. That wouldn't have been a problem, except my next layover was only an hour long. I ended up running through the entire Copenhagen airport and passport control and barely made my connecting flight to San Francisco. The second flight was the longest of the day, almost 11 hours long. I kept busy by enjoying the gorgeous aerial views outside the window and watching a lot of movies. 11 hours later, we landed in San Francisco at 2 p.m. local time. I needed to go through one final passport control and customs before my next flight. Unfortunately, though, I got held up because I accidentally brought an apple into the US. Because of this, my passport was locked away and I needed to go through a special security screening. But I was able to get my passport back and barely made my final flight to Hawaii. This next flight was around 6 hours long.
Also requires passengers to comply with guided signs and crew member instructions.
Make sure you've switched all smartphones.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth and slip the band over your head. The band does not require adjustment. To start the flow of oxygen, breathe normally. Make sure your mask is secure before helping others.
I was so exhausted after a whole day of travel that I slept nearly the entire plane ride. The sun set quickly, and before I knew it, we were approaching the Honolulu airport in the dead of night. When we landed, I went straight to baggage claim, only to discover my luggage wasn't there. Turns out, when my first flight was delayed, making me almost miss my connecting flight, my baggage unfortunately did miss the plane and got stuck in Copenhagen. I had to file a claim at the airport, and they told me it would take at least 2 days to get my bags back. Since there was nothing else I could do, we drove to the Airbnb.
Hey everybody, so as you can probably see, I am all showered and ready for bed, and I safely arrived in the Hawaii Airbnb. I'm just trying to be really quiet right now because everyone's sleeping. So a few things happened on the flight. I lost all of my checked baggage. The airline lost it because I had such a quick transfer in the Copenhagen airport. The flight landed when my next one was boarding, and I had to literally run over half a mile across the entire airport in order to make that flight. So of course my bags didn't make it, and they're still sitting in Copenhagen while I'm here in Hawaii. And the bad part is that it's going to take at least 2 days for them to get here, maybe more, and that's like a third or half of the entire trip, which I'm really bummed about. But on the bright side, I made it to Hawaii in one piece, safe and sound. Nothing too crazy happened. I accidentally brought Apple into California, which was a big no-no, so they confiscated my passport, which was a little scary, but I got it back, and it was still okay in the end. So I'm really looking forward to hiking tomorrow, having breakfast with my family, and just getting to know Hawaii better.
3 days later.
My bag eventually did arrive after 3 days, bringing my hectic travel experience to a happy conclusion.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.